Hey guys, when you watch our weekly wrap-up on Saturday or Sunday, depending on whether you're on the YouTube channel or the blog, you will know that I was not sure whether I would be doing this as a video or a post because I was waiting on one more book to arrive. Now, clearly, I know that I have it, and I'm doing the video, even though this comes out before the other thing, but I filmed the other thing. YouTube. But, if you hadn't guessed, I have a book haul for you guys, and this is also going to be sort of a check it out book haul because I would like to take part in that whole showing the books that you've gotten from the library that Under the Radar book started. I'll link her original video down below. If you would like to show us what you get from the library, do that. Not all of us have all of the monies to buy all of the books, although you won't know that from this haul. This haul is going to be coming in 3 parts. The first part is the books that I've received from publishers to read and review. I requested them, so they are books that I would have read on my own. They're not books that were just simply sent to me. So all of these are books that I'm excited about reading and will be reviewing in the upcoming months. After that, I'm going to talk about the books that I actually bought for myself, and then we're going to round it off with the books that I have from the library, which you may or may not see, because I may or may not have time to read them because I have all of the books now. The first ARC I have received from the publisher is When We Were Alive by C.J. Fisher. You might know her as Ophelia Dagger here on YouTube. Yes, guys, I got the ARC. I get to read it early, which means this week, because I'm pretty sure it comes out next week. If not, it comes out the first week of April. Either way, it's soon, and I'm going to be reading it soon because I'm so excited. Apparently it's the story of 3 men and how it sort of weaves together. She says that she was sort of inspired by the fact that she felt that geniuses sort of ran with depression and alcoholism, so she sort of went into a sad, male, depressive, and alcoholic state while she was writing this. In the back of her brain, a little part of that, and I'm interested to see what it's like. I do think that she is one of the most well-read vloggers on YouTube, so you should definitely go check her out if you haven't, and look forward to this book coming soon. The next book I received from the publisher is The Girls by Lisa Jewell. That one is a mystery book. It is set sort of in this one neighborhood where there is a square in the center. All of the kids like to run around, all the families know each other, the kids intermingle. Then one day a girl shows up unconscious in the square, and we're trying to figure out who did it, what happened to her, and all of that stuff. Who can you really trust in your neighborhood? I love it. Intrigue. Great. Gonna be reading that. The next book I received from the publisher is Smoke by Dan Villetta. This one's sort of a magical realism historical novel. It takes place in England about 100 years ago, where people who have fallen into sin actually emit smoke from their body as proof of their sin, I guess. And the elite sort of don't have this smoke. They're clean. It shows how pure they are. And it follows 3 young boys, I believe, who basically learn that everything they've believed is a lie. So I'm interested to see how this one turns out. I don't often read historical novels, but the magical realism element of this intrigued me, so I picked it up. The final book that I have requested and received from the publisher is The Trouble with Goats and Sheep by Joanna Cannon. This one's protagonists are children, which is odd for me. I've read some books that are really done well with children protagonists, and other books that were done sort of poorly, so I'll be interested to see if it's done well. A woman goes missing, and 2 young girls decide they are going to investigate and see what happened. Another sort of neighborhood cul-de-sac mystery type thing, but this time the protagonists are children, and they're trying to be sort of amateur detectives. So I'm sure it'll be cute and fun, and mysterious. As we know, I like the mystery and the thriller, so let's see how that one is. Next, I wanted to talk about my secret shame. All of the books that I have purchased, even after I said I wasn't going to buy any, and after receiving all of those books as ARCs that I need to read. The first 2 I got used, though, so cheap. Yeah. The first one being David Mitchell's debut novel, Ghostwritten, David Mitchell, if you didn't know, wrote Cloud Atlas and the Bone Clocks. He's a fan of interweaving multi-narratives with characters from different places. This one is his debut. He, rather than doing time in this one like he does in Cloud Atlas, is going forward with sort of character themes, character arcs, in various countries around the world, and how they change and how they connect, really, in what's going on in their life. So I will be interested to see how this one is compared to Cloud Atlas, which is sort of considered his best work, and the best he's done in this sort of structure, but from where he started. So I'll be comparing these two. Another thing you will know when you watch the wrap-up is that I read an arc of Lions by Bonnie and Sam this week. I picked up her debut novel, Lamb, which actually got a lot of praise. There is no way that you name one novel Lamb, the other novel Lions, and they're not supposed to speak together. They're supposed to be having a conversation. I just feel it. And if they aren't, I'm going to be very disappointed, and I'm going to talk about that in a post. But, so I picked it up, and it's pretty. And I'm going to be getting to this soon, since I just finished her second book. They are novels, so it doesn't matter what order I read them in. I'm going to be getting to this soon, probably, so you will be seeing this. The next couple of books I have purchased because I got a job at Barnes & Noble, and I have that sweet, sweet discount. The first one, actually, I got before I got the job, but it was in the bargain section because they probably have overstock of it, and that is Telegraph Avenue by Michael Chabon. I do have The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier and Clay, which I think more people like. But I heard good things about both of these, and the plot of this sounded interesting, so I'm going to read this one and then maybe pick up The Adventures of Cavalier and Clay if I like it. We shall see, because this was cheap. I believe this is about two friends who form a band. They get together and are trying to survive. I'm not sure exactly what's going on in this book. I haven't heard a whole lot. I basically just read the flap, so I'm excited to pick it up and figure it out. These last three books are my actual secret shame, because, got them in hardback. One of them was very cheap. It was also in the bargain section. The other one was cheap because it's brand new, and I got that sweet, sweet discount. But the middle one I had to go searching for and pay a bunch of money. And that's just the entirety of the Cormoran Strike novels that have come out so far. I have not read any of them, and yet now I own all of them. Bad Michaela. What if they're terrible? I have heard really great things about them, though, so I doubt they'll be terrible, and it's J.K. Rowling, as you all know. Mystery books about a guy who does solving mystery. That was a sentence. Does solving mystery. Clearly, I should not be doing this and should go back to bed right now. But everybody knows what these are. They're famous and everywhere. And I will be getting to them at some point. Maybe not soon. Maybe over the summer. Who knows? But these are things that I need to read because I own them all now in hardback. Finally, we are going to be talking about the books that I have checked out from the library. No guilt here. If I don't read them, I can give them back. But these are the most likely to either get read or not get read because I have a time limit. The first one will definitely be getting read. It's Fingerprints of You by Kristen something Donna. Kristen... The sticker is over her name. No. Kristen Page Madonna. Figured it out. The reason this is going to be getting read is because Gretchen needs to read it before the New Voices Literary Festival because she's going to be coming to our school. Well, her school now. I'm not in school anymore. But she wanted me to read it with her, and we're going to be doing a joint book review about this probably next month, depending on how much free time there is. But yes, this one will definitely be showing up here on the YouTube channel as well as on the blogs. The other one that I will definitely be reading because it's going to be part of an upcoming video is The Incarnations by Susan Barker. This one I'm reading because Gretchen and I are planning on doing a reviews video where we talk about reincarnation books. Obviously The Incarnations has reincarnation in it, so I picked it up. I have to read 3 books for that video, so I'm not sure how soon it's going to come out. I do have this one on the docket, like, for this week or next week, so it's definitely going to get read, and then the other ones will as well, and we can talk about all of our reincarnation recommendations for you guys, and that will be fun. So this one also will definitely show up. I'm just not sure when. The next 4 are just books that I picked up because I have no self-control and they looked good. As you do. That's why you go to the library, because it's free no self-control versus paid for no self-control. No monies had to be put away. The first book is The Country of Ice Cream Star by Sandra Newman? Sandra Newman, I was right. This is a post-apocalyptic novel about a girl named Ice Cream Star and her nomadic tribe that she lives in. I have a couple of sort of post-apocalyptic reads coming up, so I picked it up because I sort of read in themes. So I have this one because we're also reading Station 11 for book club, which will be happening next month. And I also have this next book. I also have this one, Gold Fame Citrus by Claire Vaye Watkins, which has been making the rounds on BookTube. I saw it there, and my library had a signed copy. It was like in the new section, so I picked it up. There have sort of been mixed reviews about this one. Some people liked it, some people didn't. It's been compared to Station 11, which I always hate because when you compare something to a good book, it means that it sort of inevitably is going to fail. So I'm going to be reading this one, hopefully without expectation, and just like it. Plus the cover's pretty. Look how pretty the cover is. I want a copy of this for myself just because it's so pretty. This one takes place in Southern California and is after a drought. There's all different ways to have an apocalypse, it would seem. Plague, war, drought, famine, who knows? All I know is that everything's gone and people are scavenging and such. So, post-apocalyptic novel. Gonna be reading a bunch of those. This next book is brand new and I have honestly not heard anything about it at all, so I can't tell you anything about it. This is Arcadia by Ian Pears. I literally just picked it up because of the cover. And the spine. Look. I don't care what it is about. I'm going to read it because it's pretty. Pretty books are pretty. I have a problem. We need to bring me to, like, Pretty Things AA. And the last one is one that I know I will enjoy. It is Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere. I've read a bunch of Neil Gaiman by now, and I've reviewed most of them on the blog, so if you would like to know my thoughts on Neil Gaiman, you can look down below, but it came into the library, I picked it up, gonna read it, because it's Neil Gaiman, and I love him, and he's such a great fantasy writer, so this one's gonna happen. This basically takes place in sort of 2 Londons, a real London and sort of an underground London where people who are invisible live. One man finds a girl bleeding on the ground. She's from the invisible underground London, and he can see her for some reason, and then suddenly he becomes part of that London, and nobody who could usually see him can see him anymore. I'm going to be interested and intrigued to see how that plays out. This is one I've heard great things about as well, and I mean, it's Neil Gaiman. Like I said, it's gonna happen. We're gonna read it. That is a lot of books that I have and should read. I'll probably get more, because I have no self-control. But library books can always go back, and I can get them out whenever. I probably shouldn't buy any more books unless I actually plan on reading them, because I think I've only read 2 books that I actually own this entire month. I'll be doing my February wrap-up where I talk about how I'm doing on my reading challenges on Monday. We'll see. Problems. If you have not entered the giveaway that we are running, you should do that because it ends this weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. I lied. Next weekend. I'm giving away 3 young adult contemporary novels, and if you read those and live in the United States and follow the YouTube channel, you already have 1 free entry. The link will be down below. It's also in the sidebar of our blogs. If you are on the blog, please, please, please do that. Also, if you would like to choose one of the books that we read over the summer, there's a poll on the side of our blogs that you can choose whether we read His Dark Materials or the Young Wizard series. We don't know which one we're going to be reading yet, and you can help us decide because our book club is fighting about it. Yes, this is happening. Those are the things you should do after the video. Also comment down below if you've read any of these and what your thoughts were. If you have any other recommendations for sort of the themes that I've shown today, and what you're excited to see. If there are any of these you want me to definitely get to soon to talk about because you're excited. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, folks. Talk to you then. Bye!